We are on day 9 of making our own starter. We fed it the 1-10-10 ratio yesterday and it peaked. It grew, so that's great. So from this point on, I'm going to feed this starter at that ratio. If your starter has not started growing yet or is just starting to grow, you want to make sure you stay at that 1-to-1-to-1 ratio until it's growing consistently for 3 to 4 days. Then you can try a 1-5-5 ratio to see if it can handle that higher ratio. And if it grows on that, then switch over to the 1-10-10. But don't start doing that until it is consistently growing for a few days in a row. So now we are going to discard to 3 grams and feed 30 grams of flour and 30 grams of water. We're down to our 3 grams. Our empty jar weight weighs 188. So when I weigh it on the scale, it says 191. 191 minus 188 is 3 grams. So there's 3 grams of starter in here now. We'll feed the 30 grams of water and 30 grams of flour. All fed, good for another day. Come back tomorrow for day 10. We are on day 10 of making our new starter. It's doing great at that 1-10-10 ratio. It still smells a little vinegary, but that will go away over time. It takes time to strengthen your starter. So we're gonna keep feeding at the 1-10-10 ratio. Empty weight of my jar is 188. So when I weigh it, I want it to say 191 because 191 minus 188 is 3. That tells me there's 3 grams of starter left in my jar, and then we're going to feed it 30 grams of flour and 30 grams of water. Okay, so our jar weighs 191. We're going to add our 30 grams of water, 30 grams of flour. So that's it. It's fed for another day. If your starter is not growing at this point, it's not abnormal. Just make sure you're using unbleached flour, filtered water, keeping it in a warm place. Use warm water to feed it with, 80 to 85 degrees. You can also try adding a little wheat or rye flour if you're just using bread flour. But just keep going. I would give it at least 3 weeks before you give up on it. And now the big reveal. What have you all named this starter? So you had 4 choices: Callie, Penny, Calvin, and Cornelius. So I literally did a count. Cornelius came in last. I kind of like that name. 5 votes. Callie came in second with 7. Calvin came in third with 9. And Penny had 19 votes. So Penny it is. It's a girl. So we will put Penny to the test next week. So stay tuned for that.